This video is for you if you've been considering starting your own YouTube channel but feel a little daunted by getting started. I just started in YouTube last week and I've decided today to create a vlog, my first ever, I might add, as a walkthrough of my first week as a full-time YouTube content creator. My goals for this video is to, one, show you don't need fancy equipment and you can get started with things you probably already have. Two, I want to walk you through my first full week from scripting to scheduling and everything in between. Three, I'm going to show you a Canva tutorial to do your first Canva thumbnail for your YouTube video. And four, I'm going to give you 5 tips that I learned last week so that you can avoid my mistakes and make your life easier. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to stay tuned. Let's jump in. And I was saying we don't need fancy equipment, right, to make content. This microphone and its friend, another microphone just like it, was $17.99 for 2 microphones. They're not the best. I'm not even going to include a link for them because I ordered a new one and it's coming in 2 days. So once that one comes, I'll show you that one. But anyway, because this is a vlog, I wanted to be more casual. What we're doing right now is I am in my bedroom and the main setup, okay, this is it, okay? I'm sitting on my floor. This is my ring lamp. I think it was like $30 on Amazon. I'll include the link down below. My cheap ass microphone. And I just have my computer propped up high so that I can see my bullet point script for what I want to talk about. That's it. So, nothing crazy. So for Sunday, let's break this down into a couple of things. One was brainstorming and getting organized, and 2 was setting up the calendar and my tasks. So if we go here to my Google Calendar, I have mine color coordinated. So purple is personal, green is YouTube. I have other colors for other things. But basically what I did was I found any time that I had available throughout the week where I was not doing anything, and I blocked out 3 hours every day to work on my YouTube channel. I also made a list of what happens next for me to be able to create videos, and that's how I chunked out my calendar. So you see day 1, I put script and research. I knew that if I wanted to make a video, I needed to know what I was going to be talking about in the video. So I spent that entire afternoon literally scripting and researching. The next day, rehearse and record. And then I ended up just taking some time to block out tasks for the days when I wasn't really sure exactly what I was going to be doing next. So let's go to tasks, and you can see they pop up here. If you go here to the check mark, switch to tasks, and you can see my color coordination has transferred over to here. So green on the calendar was YouTube, purple was personal. I also have a tab for video content. So this is the tab that I put under video that I need to take throughout the week. So like this one, for instance, it's a vlog style. So throughout the week, I've already been taking videos of things that I've been doing because I knew I wanted to include it in today. So I have that list here as well. So we have YouTube, that's any tasks related to my YouTube. Video content, I have one for scheduling. So I know that later this week, I'm going to be scheduling 1 to 2 videos. Odds and ends is like just stuff that's coming up as I'm learning. So like I learned about Substack and I didn't have any experience with that. So I put research Substack on there too, just random stuff. So that's what I did with the tasks. When you star a task, as you see, I have stars on these tasks. What I can do then at the beginning and end of each day, what I've been doing is checking in with my starred tasks. So if you see on the left, you can click here, starred. These starred tasks are what I'm assigning for the next day. Those are things that I need to accomplish probably the next day or even the day after. And if you look, go back to all tasks, you can click on these and you can actually either assign them to today, you can assign them to tomorrow, you can schedule them out to a later date if you want. Personally, I like to star what I know I'm doing the next day or even the day after that. So the most important things or the things that are coming next are getting the stars. And then as you complete them, you can hit mark as complete and then they'll pop up underneath like this. So you can see as you've gotten things accomplished, and you can delete them too if you'd like to. So I'm a big fan of Google Tasks. Now we're going to move on to my content vault. Okay, next, what I did was I created this content vault. This really didn't take me that long to create. It was pretty easy to do. What I did was I created these tables within a Google Sheet. You can see it's called the content vault. And then I have my inspiration banks. Basically, I have these broken down into 2 sections. And the top section is going to be content that I plan on creating within the next month. So I just put together ideas that I feel the most excited about, ideas that I would look for that I'm not really seeing other creators talking about, or maybe I do see it and I don't like how they're talking about it and I'd like to. But this top bank is ideas that I plan on talking about within the next month that I'm most excited about. So you can see, here's how to ditch your procrastination. That video is up. So that was my first video. If you guys want to watch it, the link is here. This is the one I'm working on currently. So first time as a full-time YouTuber. I've got a couple other ones coming up. And as you can see, I have a thumbnail tab. This is the title that I'd like to call it. This is the thumbnail, what I'd like the thumbnail to say. In this case, I've already completed this one, so I didn't need this by the time I created this table. But normally this column would say what exactly the thumbnail should say for the video. Publish date. So this is when I plan on scheduling the videos. Again, this one's already completed. This one, I don't have a date for. I'll get it done when I get it done and I'll schedule it when I do it. Anyway, you get this point. Status is what are we doing currently with this video? So you can see, and you can change these to whatever you want, edit, and you can make them say whatever you want. You can make the color whatever you want. This is what I chose for mine. So you can say it's not started. I'm in the phase of research and scripting. I am recording the videos. I am editing the videos. After party, I will get into at some point, scheduled and then posted. So that's the status column. Down below, this table is a little different. The first two columns are the same. You'll see I have the ideas, the thumbnail, notes. I can include different things. And then these drop downs are a little bit different on this one. So love it means, yeah, I'm probably going to make a video about this. I feel excited. Maybe I like this idea, but I'm not feeling it for now. So we can talk about next month. Maybe I just had it and I didn't want to forget it. Or maybe later it ends up being something I can include within a different video. Like maybe I don't like that for its own video, but it's a good idea to incorporate elsewhere. Creator inspo, meaning I've seen other videos by people that have made these videos and maybe I feel I could use it in my own way. What I'm finding though, in my own case, creator inspo is more like I see other creators are getting views with this, not as much like I feel excited about talking about it. And so I don't know that I'll even end up using them. But again, I want to include it. I want to keep it for later. So what I do when I need my content ideas, I come down to the bottom and see, okay, what do I want to talk about this month? I have all these things that I can use as inspiration that I can then put up to the top. Now, if you've seen as I've been going through here, these little triangles, that is a notes tab. So what I can do here is click on this and take notes that I have about each idea. So each bar can get its own little note. So each one of these ideas gets its own little note. So that's how I spent my Sunday, brainstorming ideas, organizing ideas, getting my tasks in order, figuring out what I'm doing next and how I'm spending my week, that kind of thing, getting myself set for success. One tool that I want to mention that I found really helpful for myself personally, because what I want to do is track how long it's taking me to create this content. I downloaded the app called Clockify. What it does is allows you to track productivity. So I've got it broken down currently by which video I'm creating. As I go, I want to see how long it's taking me to create each video and if my editing and scripting and recording time gets less and less as I've been doing this longer and longer. So I've got a link to that in the description if you're interested in checking it out. I found it really interesting, and it's cool too if you want to track things that you probably shouldn't be doing. Maybe track how much time you're scrolling or watching TV or playing video games. It's just really interesting when it's fleshed out in front of your eyes how much time you're actually spending on things. For instance, my procrastination video was about 8 minutes long, and I think it took me about 16 hours to create. Now, that was research time, scripting, videos, editing, everything. It seems a lot, but I was researching how to do the steps that I was doing as well. So it wasn't just I'm researching the topic. I'm also researching how to put together this video as I'm doing it. Okay, so Mondays right now I have down as writing my script and getting my research complete. So they can go together, obviously. As you're researching, you can write the script. What I had been doing all along is I had my ideas for a few days. So I'd already been taking notes and things. So what I did was I just went and got all of my notes gathered up. I copied and pasted them into one Google Doc, got them organized, and wrote a script. Now, I will say for scripting, personally, I don't know that I like having to stick to a script. I did feel almost immediately more performative because I had a script I was going off of. But I will say that when I was recording the content, I was recording it in chunks. So I could ad-lib it a little bit more so it does sound more natural and conversational. I think what I prefer more is what I did for this video, and even the next video that I'm in the works with, is I did more notes as talking points versus a full script. And so then I can fill in the blanks with me being myself versus like I'm reading from a teleprompter, like I'm a newsman. So you've got your script written. It's Tuesday. We're going to rehearse and record. When I say rehearse, I don't really mean I did a dress rehearsal. I didn't do anything like that. It was just in the morning throughout the day as I was getting ready to record, I would take a look at my notes and go through what things I wanted to cover in my head and maybe say it out loud or try it out in front of the camera a couple of times and just see how I look, see how the lighting looks, whatever. I would say probably my biggest tip as far as recording goes is record it in smaller chunks. So you can record as much as you can remember. That way you can make it a little more conversational instead of you trying to record your entire video in one chunk. And then if you mess up, you have to delete the whole thing. What's been nice is I record little sections at a time. So if I don't like it, I delete it. Whatever I end up saving on my phone, I'm deleting as I go. So what's left in my phone is what I'm using to put into the video. Other things I've obviously had to record on the screen where I've done screen recordings. That's for another day. If you want, I can show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. But ultimately, all of that is to be done on Tuesday all at once. So I record it. I do my screen grabs as I can throughout the week. But if there's some left over, I try to get all of it finished on Tuesday. And then I also, while I'm looking cute, I go ahead and get my thumbnail photo done at the same time. So that's what I look like on a Tuesday. Now, Wednesdays, what I've been doing with my time is I use that for my video editing. It took probably about 6 hours, but I was learning how to edit while also editing. But within that 6 hours, I not only edited my entire long form content, I also learned how to repurpose, and I got 5 shorts out of that one long video and a GIF. So although that does seem like it's a really long time, I also time blocked Wednesday and Thursday for editing because I knew it was going to take a toll on me mentally. It was going to take a lot more time. So I broke that up into 2 days. The other thing that I did on Wednesday was I created my thumbnail picture for my video. I'm going to walk you through a Canva tutorial right now on how I did that, and I will see you back here for what we do on Thursday. So what we're going to do right now is actually design our thumbnail for my next video, which is called 6 Ways I Used ChatGPT to Optimize and Organize My Content. So that's obviously not all going on the screen, but what you're going to do is open Canva, go to canva.com, and when you get to the home page, you're going to see the search bar. You're going to want to make sure you're clicked on templates. I would highly recommend Canva if you have an extra 13 bucks a month to spare. Honestly, it's the most well spent $12.99 a month I throw out there. So what you're going to do on the home screen is type in YouTube thumbnail, and it's going to give us a bunch of templates of options that we can use to create our thumbnail. So don't worry about colors, don't worry about fonts, don't worry about really any element on here that you don't like, because all of these things are adjustable and we can edit everything. Usually what I look for is just something that kind of catches my eye. If I like the fonts or just the layout of it. I like this one, I want to save for later, but let's just choose one here. Let's try this one. All right. So first thing, you got to go, bro. We don't need that. Okay, so he's gone. We're going to also adjust the background. If you look along the side of the screen here, design would give you more template options, or styles, which you can change the color palette. So I actually like how that looks. So if you just check, you hit this, that's going to change all of the font color, and you can hit it over and over and it's going to give you different options. See what I mean? Okay, so anyway, color palette. I like my color palette here. We're just going to delete the whole background. I see. Okay, they just had a lot of layers. Now let's find a new background. So elements, this section is very cool. What you can do here is you can type in anything you want. So I'm going to type in outer space just to show you. So you can see there's different options of things you can click on up top. There's graphics, which are like stickers, fun little things you can do here. Photos are actual images that you can use. Obviously, some of these are not real photos of outer space. Yeah, pretty much anything you need under the elements section you can find. You can find audio if you want videos. So these all move. You can see that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an image, mock-ups, shapes, So literally everything you can possibly need is right here on this menu. So I'm going to go with photos. Actually, I want to go back to design really quick because I do want some sort of background. Now, I just copied and pasted that background because I liked that I liked the blurriness of it. Okay, now. Okay. So if you saw what I just did, I went to the image on the back. So I'm currently selected on the image on the back. I don't like the natural tones and it doesn't really match my vibe. I've got a lot more like pink and purple. So I chose this lavender. There's different choices, but you can see, you can edit these selections. I'm going to stick with the lavender. I like that one the best, I think, for my image. And then I'm just gonna, you can adjust the intensity. I think I actually kind of like it all the way up. I don't know about the blue. So let's see, blue. Maybe, let's try that. I don't like that. All right, so I'm gonna try that. That's okay. I don't know that I like that either. Let's try that. Okay. All right, so now remember our screen on the left. Here you can add text. Brand is if you create like your own brand kit on here, which I can do another video on if you want to see that, but these are colors that I tend to come back to a lot. So I have my own brand kit for my YouTube channel in here saved. I have other ones too. Uploads, this is where I put in my own pictures and images, things like that, that you can add onto your screen. I think I'm actually gonna just, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna use this picture because it's in here, but we're going to do BG remover, means background remover, so we're going to hit that. So first we're going to do that, and then we're going to hit flip and horizontal because I'm pointing to the wrong side, so we're going to do that. Then I'm going to blow this up. Okay, so next what I'm going to do too is just to add a little bit of extra something something. We're going to add like some little zigzags. Let's see what we can find. Now this guy here, you can use to rotate. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to hit position, backward. Now you see it's behind me. And then we're also going to change these colors to fit more with what I got going on. And then I'm just copying and pasting that off of that other page to this one to use here. And we're going to change that to pink also. That works. And there you have it. There is our thumbnail for my next video. I don't know if I'm going to end up using that, but it's a good start. See, welcome to the world of content creation. I just recorded 2 whole chunks of this video with my microphone off. So there was no audio. So we're doing it again. That's what happened. So it's Thursday. What are we going to do today? As I said before, I scheduled 2 days for editing because it does take a while. It's time consuming. Ultimately, down the road, once I'm monetized, I would absolutely love to hire a video editor, not because I hated it, but it is just very time consuming. So once that's finalized, you're going to schedule your video, and then we're going to do what I've been calling the after party. And I call it that because I feel like all of my tasks have a name that's like very easy and in short, like video editing, video scripting. After party is where now my video has been scheduled. I'm going to go back and create all of my repurposed content. And what's included in my repurposed content is a GIF that I end up posting on my community tab within half an hour of my long form video going live. And it's going to just be like a GIF that shows what's going on with this video. And then I create all of my shorts. So it's very easy within the software I've been using to edit called Descript to take your long form video and repurpose it for short form video. So if you want me to make another video on that later, I can just comment below, let me know, and I can do a tutorial on how I edit my videos and repurpose them for short form content. But for instance, my procrastination video is about 8 minutes long. Within that 8-minute video, I got 5 shorts and a GIF. So that's the after party, is creating all of that content and scheduling it out. So from my one long video, I was able to then schedule out 6 more days of content that I don't even have to think about. It's just up and running. So that's all done on Thursday. Today, I'm just taking a little bit of time to myself. I am having lunch right now and it's a beautiful day. And I just wanted to take a second to speak on camera in public. I'm not around a lot of people, but I'm easing myself into just taking videos like as I'm doing stuff throughout the day. So anyhow, it's getting a little bit easier to do this kind of stuff. I do feel a little bit silly sometimes just talking to myself in front of people. And yesterday when I was at the park, I noticed I would pause the video recording when people were coming. So, and just now, look at that. So I'm already getting a little bit better, which is cool. Also, I wanted to add that today is my 3-year no cigarettes anniversary. And so I'm just gonna toot my own horn on that one. All right, let's move on to my 5 takeaways for you as a brand new YouTuber based on my experience of brand new YouTubing myself. This was 1 week, my takeaways. Number 1, you've heard it before, and I'm gonna say it again. You've gotta be authentic. When I find myself being performative and doing content that other creators have created simply for the fact that they've done it and it worked for them, so I'm going to do it too, has never worked for me. I'm sure other people out there can fake it till you make it with that, but for me, I've never had success in presenting myself in a certain way because other content creators have seen success with it. Already, based on the very little posting I've done on this channel and my history of content creation, me speaking from the heart and me being myself has already proven to be more successful. Tip number 2, dump the niche, dump your product. Don't even worry about it. I don't know. Maybe there's people out there that are going to disagree with me on that one. I can't say that worked for me. I spent weeks agonizing over finding my perfect target audience, my perfect product, my perfect content plan. And I found myself so frustrated and honestly a little bit tortured. Once I just decided on some topics that I could speak about, because I have a ton, just like you have a ton of things you can speak about. I just was like, you know what? I was productively procrastinating. What that means was I was doing all these things to start my channel, but also not starting the channel because I was trying to pick a niche, pick a product. And what I decided to do instead was just start posting. And I've already found ways to monetize in small ways. Are they going to pay off in big ways right away? Probably not. But for instance, I've included some affiliate links, not only to products that maybe I've mentioned in my videos like books or content creator equipment. I've also got affiliate links for applications or websites that I'm using that if people sign up for with my links, I get a percentage of their commission. These might not be big ways to monetize until I build up my following big enough to be able to qualify for AdSense, but it is little ways. It's out there forever. So who knows when somebody might pull up a video of yours in 6 months and you recommend a camera that costs $500 and you get an affiliate commission out of that. You never know. You can include other ways of monetizing outside of being paid for Google AdSense. Tip number 3 kind of goes in line with tip number 2. And it's basically one of my tips to get you out of paralysis analysis and get you moving forward, because I also found I was taking too long on some of the steps where I was worried about people seeing things. So I wanted it to be perfect. Really, you don't need to worry about that so much, especially when it comes to your title and your thumbnail. So something I've noticed in all of my research getting this channel started was that more established content creators who have been posting for several years actually do go back and optimize their content from the earliest times on. Although their original thumbnail might be titled Start a YouTube Channel 2025, now it's titled You're going to learn how to start a YouTube channel and monetize it in 2025. So you see the difference? You can tell the creators who have gone back and changed those things. And the reason for that is because it's it's just optimizing it even more. So even those older videos, like on Instagram, when you post a video, it's relevant for a couple of days, right? YouTube, when you post it, it's out there forever. You can Google search those videos until the end of time, as long as Google and YouTube are still around. So that being said, don't kill yourself on trying to make the perfect thumbnail with the perfect title, because you can always change that at any time. Tip number 4, stay in the step that you are on. And what I mean by this, and this is something I actually did while creating for this channel, was as I was scripting a video, that's where I was at in my mind. I'm scripting this video. When it's time to record the video, I am recording the video. When it's time to edit, I am editing the video. And what I mean, and this sounds like common sense, but what I mean is I didn't get ahead of myself in the thoughts and the fear of posting the video. I didn't think about my perfect video that I was visualizing all along going out to the internet for 500,000 people to love, because we know that's not realistic. So what I've been doing is staying in the step that I'm working on. I'm not getting ahead of myself mentally where I start projecting fear of all the ways my video is not going to look like that perfect visualization that I've created in my head. And that's okay, because we're learning. So if you stay in the step that you're on, just take it one step at a time. Don't get caught up in the fear of your video turning out like crap, or whatever your fear is, looking stupid or whatever. Just stay in the step you're working on and keep making sure you're moving forward each day. Leading me into my next tip. Tip number 5, time block. And I know this sounds lame because I've never been a fan of it either, but in order for me to create some structure for myself and to really take time to progress each day, what I did was I blocked out, if you remember when we looked at my Sunday earlier in the video, I blocked out time each day to work on moving my channel forward. And even on my calendar, the first day, I knew my first step was to write the script for the video, right? So that's all I had to do the first step. The second step was record the video. So I blocked out 3 hours to record the video. The next day on my calendar, it actually just says, see starred tasks for the day, because I didn't really know when I created that time blocking on my calendar, what exactly to expect as I was moving through the process. So even though I didn't know what I was going to be doing, I still had the time available and it was there that I could see visually. So then I remembered and I was mentally like in that space. Okay, I need to be ready to record videos tomorrow. I need to be in the mindset of writing a script tomorrow. Bringing me to an extra little bonus point is that I've been trying to categorize the tasks that I'm doing each day so that I'm not flipping between modes back and forth. So for example, on video day where I'm recording video, I plan that entire day, I'm recording video. I'm in recording video mindset all day Tuesday. Wednesday, I am in editing mode all day Wednesday. Friday is admin day and brainstorming day. So I make sure that I'm keeping myself in a creative mode if that's what's required, or more of a practical mode if that's what's required. And that's really worked out well for me, in addition to working at times where I notice I have the most energy. For instance, you might be a little more energized in the afternoon. That's personally when I get the most done work-wise. In the morning, that's my time. So you might be the opposite. So determine what works best for you and roll with that. All right. So I hope you enjoyed my first vlog. I really am looking forward to growing this channel, growing this community. I definitely am focused on more how I can provide information and help people out, but ultimately a goal would be to monetize the page as well. So stick around. Let me know what you'd like to see in the next videos. And if you didn't check out my last video on procrastination, check it out here.